Hello and welcome. I am Candace Denise, baker and owner of Candace Denise Cakes, and it is Say Something Saturday, and I have something to say. Let me start by saying I debated whether or not I should say this early on in my Say Something Saturdays because I'm going to be real fresh today, okay? So, first off, blanket statement that every entrepreneur and business owner runs their business differently. You have the freedom as an entrepreneur to do what you want. And I love it. I love that in 2019, we can have the freedom to make the decisions we want to make. We can be open on this day and closed on another day. We can make whatever business hours we want. We can decide what we want to talk about on our own platforms and involve a lot more personal information to weed out those we do or don't want to service. So, it's just great. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic that I can even do something like this because I can do what I want. And this day and age, social media, technology is so greatly involved in the marketing and the branding of your business that I think that it's crucial to use social media platforms and technology like making videos or pictures or creating different flyers and things with all the different apps that you can find and using that to actually list out the specifics and the details that you want people to know when they are trying to book with you or purchase something from you or get whatever product that you are actually putting out there. So, I am a baker. I do not have a bakery. I am a home baker, meaning that I bake from home. There is a difference in a baker who bakes from home and a baker who owns a bakery. There is a huge difference. And when you are trying to purchase products from a baker, you need to know how their business runs. You need to know if you're going to a bakery, what the store hours are, right? What the phone number is, what their website is. How are you supposed to place orders? Do they do deliveries or is it pickup only? How many days in advance should you place said order? You have to know all those things before you show up at a bakery. You're going to make sure that it's open, right? You're going to check and see, oh shoot, it's 6:00 on a Saturday. Are they still open? Before you drive out to that place, you're going to find out. When you need to order a cake or cupcakes for a wedding or celebration and you need cupcakes, let's say 3 months out, you're going to see how long it's going to take for them to process your order, all the information, what steps you have to take. So if you know your birthday is the next weekend, you need to know if it's too late to place your order. Right? So you're going to find out all these things. You're going to go on their website, see if the information is on there, look at the posts that they have and see if they have presented this out to you. Home bakers typically set their own hours, just like a bakery would, but those hours are possibly quite different. It might be a 10 to 6 situation. It might be a 7 to 4 situation. It might be a 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. situation. You don't know. So when you go to check out a home baker, you have to find out the exact same information. What are your hours? If you're calling them at 9:00 at night, just because you think you have the freedom to do so because they don't work in a baker and a 9 to 5 job right then and there for that product you want, please don't expect them to answer the phone. Don't do that. That's rude. Now you want to call because you need to actually get your message out because this is the time that you have to put that call out there and ask the questions and you know that they're going to respond to that message in their business hours. That's different. I actually will send out texts or emails or something, even if I know that person may not be available in that moment because it's on my mind and I need to get it out right now. And at least I did my part. And when they're available, I expect for them to respond. But I don't expect for them to respond at 10 p.m. or at midnight just because it's on my mind. Right? Right. So when you are working with a home baker, you also, if you know said baker, you are friends with said baker, acquaintances, you just happen to follow them on their personal social media account, it is rude to get in their inbox, ask them all your questions, and expect a response that day and time. I'm not saying it's rude to send them an inbox message at midnight asking, hey, can you make this cake or are you available to stay? I'm saying it's rude to expect them to respond at that time just because you see them online. So if I'm posting pictures and I'm posting videos and it's 9:00 at night on my personal page and I'm posting about what I was doing this weekend or a family event or whatever, making posts on Facebook about how I'm feeling or whatever song I'm listening to, and you jump on that post and say, hey, are you free this day and time because I want to get this cake? I am not responding to you if it's after my business hours because number one, you're writing on my personal page about my business instead of on my business page. Okay. A lot of people do it. But I am only speaking to people during my business hours. And I'm very strict about that. If I happen to extend that for someone, it's because I dropped the ball and didn't respond to them when I could have during my business hours. And let me tell you, that's only happened twice. 2 times. I decided to talk to someone and message with them after my business hours because I had taken so long to get back to them earlier in the day. Now, granted, I'm a business owner. I've got 24 to 48 hours to technically respond to you and that still be appropriate and respectful, right? I don't like waiting that long if I don't have to. When I went on vacation a couple weeks ago, yes, I waited. I went to that 48-hour max because I'm busy. I'm not running that business right then and there. But I also don't want to neglect my business and lose potential customers because I'm not answering phones for the week. Like, that's not going to work. So I did it when I had the time and made sure every 48 hours I was checking. So what I have to say is when you are friends with a business owner, you need to respect their business. I had someone I had to talk to because they wrote on my post that I posted on Instagram and said, I sent you a message. Check your inbox. I don't like that. I don't like that. I get a notification from my inbox. I know that you sent me a message. I see it. But what you're presenting to everyone else out there is that I'm not responding to a message and you have to then prompt me or give me another reminder to respond to you. What does that look like as someone who doesn't know me, who's ordering for the first time? It looks like I'm not on my game. I'm not being as professional. I'm not timely in my responses. That's what that looks like. And I deleted the comments because that person messaged me after 10 p.m. on my business page. Thank you. But I'm not open right now. And I shouldn't be open just because I work from home. That's rude. And guess what? The first time they did it, I just deleted it. I responded to them the next day during the day. But then they did it again. And what I realized is they do it every single time they send a message. So when you send a message to me, whether it's personal page about personal business or whether it's my business page, and you say, hey girl, got a question for you about our upcoming cruise. Or I was wondering what church you go to. What street was that on again? Like any random question, right? And if I don't respond within 3 minutes and you go ahead and write on my wall or send me a text to check my inbox, I don't like it. You already notified me. You didn't even give me a chance to respond because I'm sorry, my phone is not in my hand 24/7. I've got things to do like everybody else. I don't take my phone to the shower with me. Can I have 20 minutes in the shower without having to respond? Listen, see, I told you I was going to be fresh. So just think about how you are representing yourself when you do stuff like that. Are you giving people a chance to respond to you without hounding them? What does that look like? If I call you and text you, that happens a lot. That's probably something important. I really need to hear from you. And it's only when I really, really need to hear from you. Like it's time sensitive. And I know you may not be able to talk on the phone right now, but you might be able to text me back. But please do not expect people to answer your message when it's not their business hours. And if you don't know the business hours, you should look them up. And when you go on my business page on Facebook, my business hours are right there. And guess what? When that 8 o'clock time frame hits, I'm off of communication. I don't send emails. I don't respond to messages. I'm not on phone calls for the business. I might be working on the business, but I'm not in communication, because when I start doing that, I start messing up those boundaries, and then people can talk to me at midnight and 6 o'clock in the morning. No, ma'am. I like boundaries. I like them very much. Okay, so I'm going in a rant. My oven is going off. I've got a cake in there, and I need to get it out. I need to go taste it. See if it's ready. It's a red velvet cake. It's going to be good. It's for a friend of mine, and I made a little bit extra because I want some. So I think I said everything I need to say about that. Respect your business owners. Respect your friends that are business owners. Please do so. And the thing is, a lot of people don't realize what they're doing until they do it. But I like to think about how I'm presenting myself, but I also like to see on the outside, what does that look like? And sometimes you need to do that and sit back. Oh, what does that look like? Did I give them a chance to respond? Did I respect their hours? Did I respect their boundaries? And if you want to message me after midnight, feel free to do so. Please do so. Just know I'm not going to respond till business hours. And if you're okay with that, thank you. And I appreciate everyone who is okay with that. That's respectful to me as a person, if you want me to have sanity as well as a business owner. So that's what I had to say. Whew. I hope that you take this into thought the next time you decide to communicate with any one of your friends or associates or acquaintances that happen to be business owners. Are you writing on the correct page? And are you having reasonable expectations? So I think that's it. I need to go take a sip of my latte and take 3 deep breaths. I will see you again next Saturday for Say Something Saturday. And maybe I'll be fresh again, or maybe we'll be a little bit more low-key. Okay. Toodles.